Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I am Ranj and today I will be giving you some more prelim picks for UFC 266. I did do a video yesterday with 3 other prelim fights. Be sure to check that out. I have a whole new flock of cappers for every video I do. I usually have a whole new flock of handicappers. One of them should have a couple favorites, you know, one or more. But anyway, the cappers are in the description. Please click their links and check them out. And without further ado, it is this one, time check. Super late. Nora's already in bed. I had a lot of things going on tonight. So I'm gonna make this snappy and make it quick, because I too have a lot of things going on. I have to wake up early. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'll just make sure the camera's good. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Okay. So let's get into this. We got the middleweight fight between Nick Maximov. That is another guy from the Nick Diaz Academy. They're sprinkled all through this card. Nick Maximov undefeated, 6-0, -117 favorite over Karl Roberson. Karl Roberson, 9-4 as a professional, -103. Still a negative number, yet the underdog out of the two, because it's less than that. The rounds are set at 1.5. Overs at 165 and the unders at +135. Let's talk about the bigger favorite of the two in Maximov. Maximov is a young 23 years old to Roberson's 30. Still in his prime for especially middleweight fight. Middleweight is 185 pounds for those that don't know. Okay. Like I said, Maximov fighting out of the Nick Diaz Academy. He does have a BJJ brown belt. Not bad. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage also. He's coming off a win in the Contender Series. Or get this, he went against Oscar Cota. Oscar Cota was 265 pounds in this fight. In that fight. Now, during that fight, Nick Maximov weighed in at 209. So you got to consider this is a middleweight fight. He's going down from right about 209 is just slightly above light heavyweight. Light heavyweight is 205. And he's coming down to 185. So be sure to check the scales, check the weigh-ins on that. But the thing I'm impressed was he got a unanimous decision win in the Contender Series against the guy that had 50 pounds on him. Or almost 50 pounds on him. 65, 9, you know. But anyway, he was overcoming a big weight deficit against Oscar Cota and still managed to wrestle and control the fight to get a unanimous decision victory. Okay, his opponent, not very new to the UFC, Karl Roberson. Karl Roberson's coming off, Baby K, that's his nickname, is coming off a loss to Brandon Allen, who Brandon Allen I am very high on. I like Brandon Allen. He lost by a heel hook in round 1. Man, that could happen to a lot of people, just getting caught in the heel hook. There's several. Ask Gastelum, he got heel hooked in round 1 before. There's a lot of, you can't really, it is what it is. He got caught. Anyway, Roberson's fighting out of Glory MMA with James Krause. So, James Krause coming up with great plans on these fighters, on how their path to victory. He's a fantastic coach and fighter, James Krause. Karl Roberson, even though he's got the 2-inch reach deficit, he does have a 1-inch height advantage, which isn't saying much, but it is there. So let's throw up these cappers and see what they have to say. Starting with Karl Roberson, we've got the Stat Diggers. That is Uncle Weezy and DFS Brady, DFS by the numbers. Stat Diggers, both of them are taking Karl Roberson. Brady said by decision. Uncle Weezy didn't specify. Then we've got Payne from Payne Fight Predictions. Payne is saying Roberson by decision. MMA Pick'ems Podcast. Isn't that my boy Ray? It is. Pick'ems. What the F? Pick'ems is saying KO in round 3 for Karl Roberson, baby K. Then we got James Lynch. I do believe James Lynch interviewed both these fighters. You can check. He puts all his interviews on his channel. Link to this show where he gives the predictions will be in the description. But from there, you can go and check out the fighter interviews. James Lynch also takes Karl Roberson. And to wrap it all up, we've got Johnny and Jose from Tiger Bomb. Let's see. Johnny saying TKO in round 3. Jose didn't specify, but both of them taking Roberson, making this a full capper consensus on the almost plus money fighter. Not quite there yet, though. Man, I don't know. I've seen holes in Roberson's game, and his record's 9-4. He's coming off a loss. I know it's Brendan Allen. You can't take much from that, but this other guy is hot. He's streaking Maximov. He's young, 6-0, undefeated. I know it's Contender Series and whatnot, but he's ready for the stage. I think he's part of that Nick Diaz army, and I like that he overcame the adversity of the weight difference. 40. You'd think I'd be good at math being Asian, but okay, let's see. 65 minus 9 is 44. 44-pound weight difference. So, I don't know. And he's the favorite. It's not that bad of a favorite. Neither one of them are plus money, so it's whatever. It is what it is. I'm going against the capper consensus. I'm going to take this boy Maximov. I just got a feeling he's going to get it done. I've seen Karl Roberson. He's okay. I just don't know. I just don't think he's going to get it done here. I think this guy's going to come out and put a stamp on his undefeated record and remain undefeated and get the victory. I want to say he'll probably grapple his way to the decision. That's how the grapplers do. They get ground control. Like I said, Maximov is a BJJ brown belt. So ground control, all that with the wrestling and the BJJ. Roberson's no slouch. He's not new to the ground game, but I think Maximov can get the victory here via control time and getting the nod from the judges' decision over baby K, Karl Roberson. Moving on. Now, the next 2 fights, both female fights, but this one, look at these records. Very good, despite the odds. 7-1 for Manon Fiorot, 7-1 for Mayra Bueno Silva, the Brazilian. This is an interesting fight. Okay, Manon Fiorot is the favorite, 2-1 favorite, over 2-1 odds. It's minus 235. Mayra Bueno Silva is a 2-1 underdog, plus 200, meaning your $10 bet will win you 20. Your $100 bet will win you 200. So, depends on how big your bankroll is. If you're going with Silva, there's a lot of value there. Fiorot, you have to throw down $23.50 to make $10, or $235 to make $100. So, no value there. That's gross. But anyway, let's talk about the favorite Manon Fiorot, the Beast, and that is quite the good nickname for her because she is a beast. She's very aggressive. She likes knocking people out. Her last 5 fights, she's undefeated, 5-0 in her last 5, all by knockout, all TKO. Her most recent one is against Tabitha Ricci, knocked her out in round 2. She is from Nice, France. She comes out of the facility called the Boxing Squad, and she's got 1-inch height advantage over Mayra Bueno Silva. Very close in age for these women. 31 for Fiorot. Silva is 30. Okay, now Mayra Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva, Shitara, that's her nickname. She's coming off a draw against the formidable opponent in Montana De La Rosa. Montana De La Rosa is the breadwinner of the De La Rosa family, since Mark, I don't think, is no longer in the UFC. I think he's still, he might be in a lesser promotion. I think they have a gym together, so he's probably doing a lot of coaching or whatnot. I don't know. But anyway, back on Mayra Bueno Silva. She does have, before that, she's coming off a loss to, her only loss is to Marina Moros, unanimous decision. Her last 5, she is 3-1-1. So she's coming off of a draw, then the loss before that, and before that, all victories. She does have a 1/2-inch reach advantage. She's fighting out of Shoot Box Diego Lima in Brazil, so you know she's got some BJJ skills. Another female coming out of that facility is Gloria De Paula. I'm sure you've heard of her. Let's see what these cappers have to say in this female fight between Manon Fiorot and Mayra Bueno Silva Shitara, taking on the Beast. Isn't Shitara like the... Isn't that the one girl from Thundercats? Chitara. Thundercats. Ho! Anyway, and coincidentally, Fiorot is the Beast. Chitara is like a beast. Whatever. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, taking Manon Fiorot, the big favorite. We've got Tiger Bomb. Actually, Tiger Bomb is split. I should have kept that for last, but too late. I already wrote it down. Johnny is saying TKO for Fiorot in round 2. But over here we've got
helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier.
Tiger Bomb.
Get full sentence rewrites again.
Jose.
What you mean faster.
He's saying submission. Second round for Mayra Bueno Silva. I think she does edge out Fiorot with... Fiorot's got like a BJJ purple belt, but Silva, I think, is probably brown or black. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm either, but I did hear from Uncle Weezy that Fiorot's got a purple belt. And she's fighting out of France. The French are very tough and rugged. But Bueno Silva fighting out of Brazil. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think she probably got the edge when it comes to the ground game. So that is very possible. Then we've got James Lynch, also taking Manon Fiorot. Got Ray from Pick'em's Podcast, MMA Pick'em's Podcast. Ray's taking Fiorot. Pain Fight Predictions. Pain Fight Picks, my bad. He's saying Fiorot by decision. And Stat Diggers, both Wheezy and DFS, both taking Fiorot. They didn't specify a method, but remember, Manon Fiorot, 5-0 in her last 5, all TKOs. Mayra Bueno Silva, she hasn't been knocked out. She's coming off the draw. The loss was a unanimous decision loss. So I don't know if that's going to happen here. This is a tough fight for me. It's female, you know, so you gotta take that into consideration. The majority of the cappers are going with Fiorot, but you know what? Plus money! I'm gonna take Silva with Jose. I don't know, I'm going against the cappers in at least these two. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Jose and think Silva's gonna probably get the submission here. I'd like to think. I don't know though, because that Fiorot, she is tough as nails. I'm just gonna take her on the points just to get the victory. For Tapology purposes, I will put submission, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it'll probably be decision. It could. I don't know. I'm on the fence, but we'll say submission. I'll go with Jose, second round. Why not? Why not? I'm not betting that, though. I'm not prop betting it. That's just my pick for my contest pick for Tapology. I apologize, BC Dave. Last week I just had a brain fart and I forgot to put my Tapology picks in. You would have beat me too, because you went 11-2. I went 9-4. So you would have beat me. But sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I am sorry though. I really wish I put my picks in. I would have probably got a better belt color or something. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go against the grain. Go against the tough French girl and take Mayra Bueno Silva. She's had a better strength of schedule. I'll give you that for sure. So yeah, we're gonna take the experience, better strength of schedule, and plus money, plus 200 on a female fight and she's had better opponents. There you go. That's the values there. Finally, we got this last female flyweight fight. Both these are flyweight fights, by the way. We've got my old geeky girl, the nerd, Roxanne Modafferi, the Happy Warrior, just turning 40 almost. She's 39 years old. Not quite 40 yet, but just about. 39 years old, taking on Taila Santos, 28, so 11 years her junior. Modafferi, plus 300. 3-1 odds. She is 25-18. That's horrible double-digit numbers. Man, I don't even like to say that. She's taking on Santos, 17-1, minus 400 favorite. 17 and only one loss, and that was to Mayra Barella. Split decision, and that was in her UFC debut. So you got to give a little bit of the UFC debuts. I heard a lot of these cappers say you got to consider the jitters the first time in the big show, kind of, you know, you get the nervousness. This is your you know, the debut. It happens to a bunch of them, but anyway, regardless if that happened or not, it was a split decision loss, and that's the only one she's got. Modafferi's been not a stranger to losing at 25-18. She's got 43 pro fights for Modafferi. Unbelievable. Okay, Taila Santos is coming off wins against Jillian Roberson. That was her most recent fight, and that was unanimous decision. She beat Molly McCann, unanimous decision, and then I told you she had that loss to a split decision loss to Mayra Barella. She fights out of the Astra fight team that is in Santa Catarina, Brazil. Brazilians, and yeah, she's 4-1 favorite. That's just, there's no value there. Roxanne Modafferi now, the Happy Warrior. Now she's fighting out of Syndicate MMA, which is in Vegas. So she's fighting right at home. A lot of JoJo Calderwood fights out of there. Alexa Connors fights out of there, and Emily Spitfire Whitmire, who you guys just saw got beat up last week. All fight out of Syndicate MMA. Roxanne Modafferi is 2-3 in her last 5. She's on a pattern win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. I think it goes about 6 fights deep, and her last fight was a loss to Vivian Araujo, unanimous decision. So if you're thinking about the pattern fighter, she's due for a win. But boy, I think the pattern might get broke. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this one. Roxanne Modafferi does have a 1-inch height and 1-inch reach advantage. You know what, man, I like Roxanne because I like women who roll, and she's a BJJ girl for sure. She loves the submission underground. She's got a ton of 43 pro fights. She's got about 20 more pro fights, not even on her record, just in submission underground. That's not even considered her MMA. That's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu only. You know, it's grappling. That's a grappling exhibition fight. But yeah, she's all over. She does submission undergrounds all the time. Very active, almost 40 years old, man, you cannot. All right. Anyway, starting with Taila Santos, we've got Ray from the Pick'ems podcast. Of course, female fight. He's gonna take Santos by decision. I'm telling you, I know Roxanne Modafferi's got horrible striking accuracy. Like, I heard Uncle E say it's out of all the men and women, she's the second worst. There's one guy that has worse, like, statistical striking accuracy than her, but it was only by like a point of a percentage or something crazy. Point being, Roxanne Modafferi, horrible striking accuracy. But it's been a long time in the biz. You'd think she'd probably had to have gotten a little bit better since, You would just by plain experience. You got to pick up little tips and stuff. But her game is BJJ. But Santos, Astra Fight Team, Brazil. So, all right. Also taking Taila Santos, we got James Lynch. I'm sure he's interviewed Roxanne Modafferi probably like half a dozen times throughout his career. I'm not sure if Santos can even speak English. I don't know. She probably speaks Portuguese. Then we've got both the guys from Tiger Bomb. Johnny is saying KO second round. Jose didn't specify. Then we've got Payne. He's saying by decision. And finally, to cap it all off, DFS and Wheezy from Stat Diggers. They can't take the 39-year-old Happy Warrior. They're both taking Taila Santos. Making this a full capper consensus. Yet again, I didn't do the dance for the first one. I'll do it for this one. It's because I like you guys. It's a capper dance, aka Perlo dance. I stole it from a hockey candy capper named Pearl of Wisdom. Good friend of mine. He's way back when I started, before I even covered UFC. He was like one of my mentors into the YouTube scene. And he does hockey and tennis. I'm a patron. I will be a patron of his for life. But anyway, full capper consensus on everybody's taking Taila Santos to beat Happy Warrior, Roxanne Modafferi. And if those odds, can you blame them? You really can't. But I'm not. I'm going to take Taila Santos, of course. I really don't like going against Roxy, but it's got to be like a 39-28. Santos has her beat on the feet. Her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's from Brazil, so I still think Modafferi's probably got a little, like all those submission undergrounds. I'm telling you, all that experience. When it gets to the ground, it could go either way. That's why I'm not going to put a bet on this. My pick for Tapology is Santos. And I think she'll probably get it done. It's a female fight by decision. But you know what? At plus 300, and I've seen Modafferi do it before, and pattern, told you, win-loss, win-loss, win-loss pattern. I have the little half a unit hedge bet, half unit, so $10 is half a unit for me. $10 will win me 30. It's worth that scratch-off chance. All right, so there you have it. To recap, time check. We've got, oh yeah, it's late. It is late. But anyway, I've got some Nick Maximov from Nick Diaz Academy. I got him taking it to Karl Roberson and edging out a decision using his control time from his wrestling and his BJJ brown belt. I think he'll get it to the ground, control Roberson, and get a decision victory just from his control time. Not saying, hopefully it'll be a more exciting fight, but that's the way I see it going. Then I've got against, for a big upset. I know everybody's high on Manon Fiorot, and I like her too. Don't get me wrong, she's a beast. Last 5-0 in her last 5, all knockouts. But you know what? Mayra Bueno Silva, she can strike too. I think she's durable. I think she's tough. She's never been finished. She's had a better past fighters. Like, she's got a better resume, a better fight resume, better strength of schedule. So I know she's coming off a draw, then a loss, both against known names in female flyweight division, if you want to call them known names. So I think I'm gonna, at plus 200, I gotta lean that way. And finally, I think Taila Santos is gonna grab that torch. It's gonna be Roxanne's passing the torch. Roxanne Modafferi, she's kind of like, you know, the gatekeeper now. She's like that. Unfortunately, she's at that, like that Jim Miller, Sam Alvey, like she's right up. Who's the girl, the female just retired? Marion Renault. Roxanne Modafferi is like that. I'd hate to say it, but that's what it's come down to. Double-digit losses. So 18 of them. Yeah, I think she's, but God bless her. I like her. But that's why I'm going to hedge better. But my pick for Tapology will be Taila Santos. So there you have it. Gather all this info. Place your bets and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to give me that thumbs up. Go ahead and fill the comments with who you think's. Call me crazy. I don't really care. Fade me, tail me, do what you gotta. But write it in the comments. I love seeing people's comments. Yeah, good luck on these bets. And man, tomorrow I have Nora and Brandon's got a soccer game. Nora's got practice, so it's going to be late. So tomorrow I might be doing early morning video, or it's going to be another late one like this. So good luck on these bets, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care.